Okay guys, what I'm doing here is, this is my new Phoenix Arms 22 long rifle pistol. This thing is a heavy gun, which is nice. I like it because that'll take a lot of the recoil away, even though it's just a 22, but I'm using high velocity rounds on these things, hollow points, which are a little more powerful, 40 grain bullet with a little bit more gunpowder in it to self-defense purposes, if you ever want to use it for that. But anyway, this gun comes with two safety mechanisms. If you put the cover back on the grip there, you'll see you have a safety mechanism up here. Okay, that's what's called right there a hammer lockout. And what that does is when you pull that hammer back, and this gun is single action only. It doesn't cock the trigger back. It's a blowback design gun. You cock the trigger back the first time, or you can rack the slide, whichever you want to do, and then you fire. Okay, and the explosion, of course, from the combustion of the bullet will blow back the slide, and you see how it resets your hammer again for the next fire. And that's how it makes it semi-automatic. But anyway, this right here is a hammer lockout, and what that does is prevent you, once I lock all this stuff in place, hold on, there we go, see, I can't bring the slide back, I can't rack it, it's locked. Okay, that's what this safety does down here. But this safety up here locks the hammer, so I can fire it, but that hammer will never touch the primer on the bullet. I don't know what it does. It puts a little plate or something, or a little spacer in there that prevents the hammer from fully engaging forward. But that's the one. That's the safety that I'm going to delete, because that safety right there also engages some other little safety mechanisms here under the handle that cause the magazine not to be able to be removed, and the gun will not fire without the magazine in there. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of some of that. You only really need one safety on the gun. This gun is really well oiled already. But anyway, you can see how this interacts with a bunch of different things here. Okay, this little safety. But this is the lever I'm talking about right here. This little lever right here. See, it sits in a slot there. And what they say to do is to take the top part of this lever right here, the first 1/16 of an inch, and just bend that tab out. Well, that bends the part, and that's noticeable as far as warranty service. If I ever have to take this gun in and use the lifetime warranty on it, they'll notice that bend, and of course they'll void the warranty. So we're not going to do that. So what we're going to do, this little piece actually pops up a little bit out of that little recess right there. We're going to take a piece of safety pin, and we're going to lodge it underneath this thing, underneath this bar, so that it lifts it up like that, which will in turn disengage it from this assembly here. Okay, and that'll make it clear, and that way I can actually fire the gun without a magazine in there. I can remove the magazine, and I can clear a failure to fire or a failure to eject by racking the slide. Okay, at any time, like any other normal semi-automatic gun is built to do from the factory, which this gun is designed not to do. It has double safeties on it, which doesn't allow you to do any of that at all. If you had a failure to fire or a failure to eject, you would basically have to take all your safeties off, release the magazine, then clear it, put the magazine back in. That takes a good 5-6 seconds to do all that stuff. It's just too many levers, and it gets confusing. And then having to remove the magazine, of course, as well, just so you can clear the round. But once I do this safety delete right here and get this lever lifted up a little bit so that it doesn't engage the rest of this, I won't have to take the magazine out at all. I won't have to touch any of the safeties at all. All I'll have to do is just open the rack, open the slide, rack it back, and I can clear my chamber. And that's the way any other gun works out there. I'm not sure why they designed it this way, but this gun is made in Ontario, California. And if you know anything about the gun laws in California, they're the strictest gun laws in the United States. And you know, their manufacturing requirements for pistols are so strict that I'm assuming they have to put these double safeties on here for that purpose. And a lot of these companies that manufacture guns in California, or did at some time, you know, since this gun has been around since the 80s in different forms and variants. But this is the latest model. This is the HP 22A, and you know, some of them ended up moving out of California into Arizona and Nevada and areas like that where they don't have those strict gun laws, and they can make the guns pretty much any way they want them as long as it meets federal guidelines. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that little mod here, and then we'll take a picture here in a little bit.